Well, you did it. Good job, Green Bay. You did it. You finally fired Mike McCarthy. You've been threatening it for years, and you finally did it. You got your scapegoat for this terrible season, and you're finally going to get a new coach because Mike McCarthy was just not getting it done. That's what you want to believe, huh? That's what you want to think. That's what everyone wants to say. Listen, should Mike McCarthy have been fired? Maybe. But the way that they did it, I'm not okay with. And that's this week's What Am I Missing? 125, 77, and 2. That's Mike McCarthy's record. Just shy of a 62% winning percentage. A 10-8 playoff record. Above 500 in the playoffs. Sure, 4 of those wins were in 1 year when we won the Super Bowl on February 6th, 2011. Like I'd forget that date. Do you think some teams might be interested in that? Do you think that might be a record that someone might want for their franchise? There are teams that would kill to have Mike McCarthy as their coach, and they're going to get their chance. Other teams are going to fire their coaches so that way they can get Mike McCarthy. Let me run a couple names by you. Vince Lombardi, Mike Holmgren, Mike McCarthy. That's it. Those are the 3 coaches that have given Green Bay Super Bowl trophies. And you ran him out of town like a dog on a Sunday night. Now, did he lose to the Arizona Cardinals? Yes, that was bad. It's not good. I'm not saying that should have happened because I was very upset that it happened. But it was a lost year. This is a lost year. There have been so many injuries and underperforming players. The injuries have been astronomical. We have key players taking up valuable cap space that can't get on the field. Pop quiz. Who is the second highest player on the Green Bay Packers salary cap in 2018? Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is getting $12+ million a year and he can't get on the field. Just like he hasn't gotten on the field year after year. The 5th highest player on the Packers salary cap, Nick Perry, can't get on the field. I can't take it anymore. Mike Daniels, $9.8 million, injured reserve. We lost Jake Ryan, Muhammad Wilkerson, injured reserve. Everyone's out of the lineup. Just looking at this salary cap depresses me. The amount of players that should be contributing to this team that aren't. Don't get me started. Mason Crosby's making $5.9 million a year, and he's cost us 2 of those games right off the bat. We've given this money to these players that can't play. They're not on the field. They're sitting on the sidelines. Clay Matthews is a shell of himself. He's getting $11 million. He cannot get to the quarterback, and when he does, he gets flagged for it. Let's not even go there. We are still paying for Martellus Bennett and Jordy Nelson, for heaven's sakes. Have you seen the cap situation that the Green Bay Packers are in and that will finally be alleviated at the end of this season? It kills me looking at all this. Oh my gosh. Geronimo Allison, gone. Trevor Davis, injured reserve now. Devon House, injured reserve. We're starting rookies at almost every single position. Aaron Rodgers can't do it on his own. I totally agree. But the players that we've paid to be on the field and to contribute aren't contributing. You have to have talent. A coach cannot make bad players good. A coach can make good players better. But you have to have talent on the field. It doesn't make any sense to me that you're just going to scapegoat Mike McCarthy. Questionable play calling? Sure. Timeouts? Whatever. That stuff is, while a mild annoyance, not going to break a team. He has an insane ability to manage talent. He really does. Was it his fault we lost the 2014 NFC Championship game? He's been to 4 NFC Championship games. 4. How many coaches can say that? People are going to be lining up for this guy. lining up. He's probably going to Cleveland. That makes sense. Cleveland. But what am I missing? Why is this pitchfork-laden riot out to take out Mike McCarthy's head? You do realize in 5 years he's going to be invited back. He's going to be in the Ring of Honor. He's going to be everything remembered as a great coach, which he was. He won Coach of the Year in 2007. Brett Favre threw crippling picks, of course, and we all know how that ended. But in the NFC Championship game against the Giants, clearly not his fault. The NFC Championship game, Bostic can't get an onside kick. Don't get me started on that. Bostic. If there was a time for a change, that's fine. But to run him out of town right after a loss is not the way to do it. If you're going to move on going forward, that's fine. But he deserved better than that. I'm not even in the camp that said he shouldn't be fired. But the way he was fired was absolutely ridiculous. And we were lucky as Packer fans to have Mike McCarthy as our coach. There has to be talent on the field. Look time and time again at coaches getting fired and teams being worse off because of it. Andy Reid can't win the Super Bowl. We went to 4 NFC Championship games, and he went to 1 Super Bowl. We need another coach to get us over the top. So they fire Andy Reid, and who do they hire? Chip freaking Kelly. Oh, that was amazing. Philly would have killed to get to an NFC Championship game at that point. Now they've corrected their mistakes. They got rid of him. They got another coach, Doug Peterson, and they got better players, and they won the Super Bowl. But to blame Andy Reid is absolutely insane. Tom Coughlin won 2 Super Bowls. They miss a couple of playoffs and they run him out of town. How's the Giants coaching situation gone since Tom Coughlin left town? I'll wait. Norv Turner of the San Diego Chargers. Yeah, it was a real good call getting rid of him. That worked out swimmingly for the Chargers. Lovie Smith of the Bears. Oh, we're going to get rid of Lovie Smith and all these winning seasons and getting to a Super Bowl. Lovie Smith's not getting it done. Have the Bears been to the playoffs since? And the Detroit Lions fired their coach, Caldwell, and he got them to the playoffs, somewhere the Lions never go. How's Patricia doing? You doing really good? Oh, yeah, they're the cellar of the division again because they don't have great players. You have to have great players. Now, the only reason to get rid of Mike McCarthy is if it's not working with Aaron Rodgers. If they're not seeing eye to eye and Rodgers wants to go another direction, I get that. But that's the only reason. I'm in Aaron Rodgers' camp. Aaron Rodgers is my guy. I'm not even going to hide that. I'm a Packer fan. I want to see them winning. I'm just as upset as everybody else in Packer Nation. My horse is with Aaron Rodgers. It just is. There's nothing against you, Mike. You did a great job. It's time to move on. But to fire him and run him out of town just wasn't the way to do it. What am I missing? Why would you think that was okay? He deserved better than that. He's going to get another head coaching job if he so chooses. And that team is going to be lucky to have him. It's just sad. The whole season. The whole season's sad. I don't even know what to say. My dog knows. Everyone knows. We're going to have so much money to play with. Cobb, gone. Perry, gone. Crosby, gone. I'm sorry. You got to go. Clay Matthews, if he renegotiates, may be back, but I doubt it. That right there, hold on, let me be clear here. 1, 2. With Cobb, Matthews, and Perry off the books next year, that's 3 out of our top 5 paid players. Think about that for a second. There are only so many players that are actually key contributors that are making money on an NFL team. The double-digit contracts. more than $10 million a year. We only have we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. 3 of those 6 aren't doing anything. That is huge. We have more than 30% of our cap going to absolutely nothing. You can't compete. You just can't compete. There's nothing that you can do about it. Does Aaron Rodgers look a little off this year? Yeah, that he does. He's got rookie wide receivers everywhere. He's doing it with almost nothing except my guy, Devontae Adams, who is amazing. Oh, I love you. I love you. But the Green Bay Packers are going to be fine. They got a lot of cap. They got a high draft pick. They have the Saints draft pick in the first round. And that hurts because I kind of want the Saints to win the Super Bowl. I like Drew Brees. I'm a fan of him. But I really don't want the 32nd pick. So I'm torn. Saints, I'm torn. I don't know how to feel about that. But the Green Bay Packers are going to bounce back. But are they going to find a better coach? No, they're not going to find a better coach. Mike McCarthy, in my opinion, was a top 5 coach in the league. Was he in the realm of Peyton or Tomlin or Belichick? No, but he was right there. The Packers would be lucky to have a coach come in and be as successful and as good as Mike McCarthy. And that's the one thing that I can hope, is that we find someone that is as good as Mike McCarthy was and get the Green Bay Packers where they need to be, back in the Super Bowl. But I wish nothing but the best for Mike McCarthy. He's going to do just fine. He's going to be A-okay. But what am I missing? Comment below. Hit me up. Let me know why I'm insane for not being elated that Mike McCarthy was run out of town in the middle of the night. Tune into the Poor Sport Report this week. We'll be talking all the aftermath and everything else sports related.